Hi everyone, welcome back. Many years ago I was in Israel and I remember standing on the plains of Megiddo where the Bible speaks of the battle of Armageddon that will take place. And just looking across this vast arena, my mind was filled with all sorts of pictures as to what it will be like. I've been in France and I've been in areas where there was a great battle during the Second World War. I've been in various places in South Africa where there was a great battle during the Boer War. And I've often thought, and you think of all the conflicts and the battles that have taken place and how hard and difficult it must have been for those who were involved. It reminds me of the greatest battlefield, the battlefield of the mind, because that's where the struggles really take place. You know, when Jesus died on the cross, we read in the book of Colossians chapter 2 that he disarmed the enemy. He disarmed the principalities and the powers. He made a triumph over the devil and all of his cohorts. Jesus came out of that grave after his death and resurrection in victory. Now we are born again by his Spirit, and we are translated from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light, the kingdom of his dear Son. Now we have been set free. The problem is, instead of walking in the Spirit and having faith in the promises and the purposes of God, we find ourselves so often debating many issues in our mind. And the battle begins there. The enemy will plant seeds of doubt. Our flesh will plant seeds of desires and lusts and so on. And we have this war that takes place. And we need to understand that we cannot win the battle in the mind. It's not here, but it's by his Spirit through faith in what Jesus Christ has done. If we resort to having a battle against our flesh in our mind and a battle against the enemy in our mind, then we are without Christ. It's as if we have denied the power and the purposes that he accomplished for us on the cross. That's why Paul says in Romans 8, to be carnally or fleshly minded is death. We need to be spiritually minded, where there is peace and life. So we need to cast down all the thoughts, all the imaginations. That's what Paul says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Get out of this mind, get out of this battlefield and walk in the Spirit, and you will not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. May the Lord help you. God bless.